What's going on, everybody? It is to the wire. To the wire. It's our first episode. I'm JD Oracle, and I'm here with my boy Terrence Cromartie. I know you guys can't see him physically. We having a little bit of technical difficulties. He's down in Mississippi, so he's having a big storm down there, but he wanted to be on. So as you guys can see on the right-hand corner, we got Terrence on the phone. Terrence, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Man, sorry about the difficulties, man. But in the comments, you're gonna work on Facebook, so comment when I see a comment.
All right, no worries, man. So we got a lot to get to, man. So this week you kind of put your foot in your mouth a little bit, not a lot, but I know you was confident. You was confident in your boys, but that didn't really, pan out the way we think it was gonna work. So, we gonna get into it real quick, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Tom Brady, the Brady. So, how do you feel about Tom Brady, the GOAT? He's a GOAT. He takes down two of the top quarterbacks in the NFL to get his 7th ring. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you gotta respect Tom Brady. You have to respect him. He is the GOAT. I hate to say it. I was watching ESPN or something yesterday. I'm like, man, I hate to say it, man. But I keep saying it. Like, when they beat the Rams last Super Bowl, I'm like, he the GOAT. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He threw 3 touchdowns. He played a role in the Super Bowl. It wasn't just the defense. I think the defense had a bigger role, but he did play an important role. So you gotta respect that guy, man. We're probably never gonna see another player like that. And I said Mahomes might be the person, but I hate to say it, but it might not happen. He might be another Russell Wilson. He might be another Aaron Rodgers. So you just gotta respect that greatness, man, because you usually never don't see nothing like that, especially during our generation, like Jordan. But we are younger when Jordan. We were younger guys watching Jordan. So being able to see somebody during our time dominating sports like that,
well,
man, you gotta respect it, man.
You're right, man. I'm glad you're handling this a lot better than I thought you was going to handle it, man. I got a lot of respect for you. We're going to let you get off on these people in a little bit at the end of the show. We're going to let you have your moment to get back at all these people for giving you a hard time. But, man, we're going to start our first poll question, guys. Keep the comments coming. We're going to be responding to the comments as they roll in. Even Terrence is going to be responding. I'm going to be relaying the messages to him, and I think he's actually watching it on his end. So the first poll question for today is, how many want Brady to retire? And we've already got one comment, somebody saying, my wife saying she wants him to retire. And I don't blame her. I've been to the point where I've been wanting him to retire for the last 10 years. I'm a Steelers fan, and he just stopped me from getting so many rings. He stopped me from even being in the conversation a lot of times. So, yeah, I'm ready for Brady to retire. I'm hoping that beating Patrick Mahomes scratches the itch that he needs to scratch, so he can just go on and move on with his life. Maybe become a commentator, or maybe just live his life with his wife. His wife is beautiful. Maybe he can go have some more kids. I don't know. I don't know what you do when you get 7 rings, but I'm tired of him. I'm tired of this dude winning everything. I'm tired. I can't, people always say this, and we'll let you get to this in a little bit, but people always say don't bet against Brady. And the only reason I say that is because I've lost so many bets behind Brady. Just So many. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, every year I'm like, oh, the Steelers got enough to beat Brady, so we can go finally get over the hump. And he just beat us every time. And it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Then I was like, finally, Atlanta was gonna beat them about like whatever 7 years ago or however long it was ago. They almost beat them, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna finally beat them. They were up 28-9 and lost to Brady, even though. And then finally the Eagles went and beat them, but I think that was a fluke. So I don't know, man. I just want to retire, make my life easy again. I just want to live easy. How do you feel about it? Let me see if we got some comments.
Well, this is what I don't understand, man. How do Tom Brady in a Super Bowl lose to some of the sorriest court? I mean, no disrespect to you, the Giants fans, but when I used to watch Eli Manning, you look at him like, yo, I can't believe this guy just made that pass, throwing picks. Like, sorry, trash. I'm like, yo, like, and then he lose. He lose to Eli too. Eli was undefeated against him. And then you lose to a backup quarterback that can't even start over Mitchell Trubisky. Like, that don't mean that blows my mind. Like, these are the quarterbacks you decided to lose to? Now, respect to the NFC East is crazy because you know how much we talk about the NFC East and how they're always every year they're trash.
Right.
The NFC, the teams that's beating Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so check this out, man. I'm gonna let you listen. So Al said he's got at least 3 more seasons in him. If he doesn't win all 3 seasons, it's going to just piss him off. And then Tony came back and said, "Stop hating on Tom." Another one. I want to come back as Tom Brady. And listen, I'm with you guys. Like, all these comments that are flooding in, I agree with Tony for saying I want to be him. I would love to be Tom Brady. I'm not gonna lie. It has nothing to do with anything else. I mean, the dude is a suave dude. He's got a supermodel wife. He's got 7 rings. Like, what can the dude not do? Like, that's all I'm saying. And on top of that, I'm not hating on him. I don't think Cromartie's hating him. I'm just tired of him beating my team, you know? And Tony says he wants the girl and the hair. So what about you? Would you, if you could come back as somebody, would you come back as Tom Brady, Cromartie?
I mean, I wouldn't come back as Tom Brady. I mean, we're taking it too far. I mean, yeah, I would love to be in his shoes, but man, no, I'm not. I wouldn't take it that far. I mean, like I was saying, I respect the GOAT. He is the GOAT, but I'm not taking that far as to say I would come back as him. I mean, come back as Tom Brady, because I'm not gonna lie. You know, people been saying this for a while, but the guy's talking about playing to 45. That's he's not playing till he's 45. No, I'm tripping. He's 40. He turned 44 this year, don't he?
I think he's 43 now, maybe. I'm not sure. Nobody don't quote me. If anybody knows how old he is, and you guys can put it in the comments, I'll take anything. I didn't look that up. I looked up some other stuff, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But yeah, you said 45.
That he will come back as but I'm not taking that far. I mean, I respect him, but I'm not the type of guy that'll say something like that.
True.
I don't. That sounds like somebody that loves Tom Brady. That's can't, just so of Tom Brady. But
True.
Wouldn't do nothing like that. But
so I'm gonna take us to the next segment real quick. Come on, I'm not gonna listen. So this is the next thing. So I'm gonna put up a visual for everybody to see. I need y'all to all see. Come on, I hope you can see this. If not, I'll explain it to you verbally. So right now, I got on the screen how it started, and it's a picture of the CBS Super Bowl 55 thing. It's a picture how it ended, or when it ended, and it's a picture of the Weeknd singing, because that's when it was all over, with these dudes wearing jock straps on their face. And then it's a picture of Tom Brady, how we knew it ended. He's drunk, and they're carrying him out of the parade, or the little thing they did. So, and everybody said we hating on him, and I don't think we hating on the GOAT. I'm not hating on the GOAT. I like the GOAT. I think the GOAT has a lot of different good stuff going on with him. He is the GOAT, but at the same time, I'm ready for some new blood. I was kind of hoping Patrick Mahomes was going to win another one to kind of just, solidify himself as becoming like the new GOAT. And because Tom Brady took him out real quick, and Aaron Rodgers for that matter, I think we're looking at something different. But that brings me to my next segment. You're gonna really like this one. So the next segment is, bro, we gotta talk about it. These quarterbacks, bro, like the other top quarterbacks that, we've been talking about Tom Brady. So you already know that Tom Brady's in the top. So give me your other top, let's say just top 5 quarterbacks outside of Tom Brady that's playing right now.
So we're not doing order, we just saying top 5?
Yeah, just do top 5 because we don't have the visual and stuff, so it's gonna be hard. So just give me your top 5.
Oh, so doing it in order?
No, just give me whoever you got. Like just 5 of your guys. Just 5.
I got Mahomes, and I know I said no order, but I'm putting him at number 1. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
Come on, man. You had this written down. I know you did.
I got Russell Wilson, Allen, Watson, and I gotta throw Lamar Jackson in there. I know you said top, but I at least gotta throw those names in there. All the other names they ain't talking about, but I gotta throw Mahomes, Aaron, Watson, Russell, Lamar, Allen in there.
You said Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Watson, Josh Allen, and I'm a toss up for my 5th one because it's either between Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. I don't know why I say Kyler Murray, but I just want to throw Kyler Murray in there. I just like Kyler Murray, but I'm gonna put Lamar Jackson in there just because this to kind of keep it 100. Kyler is one of the best ones, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse with that one, but we just wanted to put those out. We're gonna kind of move forward from there because, actually, we're gonna stay here for a second because I read something recently about Dick Vermeil basically giving Deshaun Watson a hard time. And after we get done with this portion, we'll move on to the draft. But yeah, man, I've been seeing this stuff about Dick Vermeil giving Deshaun Watson a hard time because he's like holding out or he's not wanting to, play or whatnot. Like, bro, how do you feel about that, man? Like, really, what's your real true feelings? I know you be talking trash with Juan, but what's your real true feelings about this Deshaun Watson situation?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I think we're going great, but I'm really sick and tired of people talking about Watson. You had Vermeil, you had Brett Favre, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was somebody else who was talking about that said so.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was, but I thought it was like 3 people that's talking about Watson.
It was somebody else too, but I can't remember. They probably wasn't worth the.
I think it was Urban Meyer?
I don't know, man. But just what's your thought about him?
I'm just sick of it, man. Like yo, let this man. He's a winner. You don't want to. If you can't bring him the players he wants, or talk to him about things like he's the leader of the team. I feel like he should have some type of say. Players have says in sports. Like people, Tom Brady talk to him. Mahomes, I know they talk to him about things. Like he's getting paid the most, so I know he's a leader. So, he's just tired. He's tired of how he's been treated, and I just feel like for real, y'all need to shut up. You're not playing anymore. I don't know if Vermeil played or he just coached. But I'm just tired of it, man. Let this guy do what he wants to do. He's a human being. He's a hard player. He likes to win. Leave the guy alone. For real.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm like, let him be, man. At the end of the day, if he was like a poop butt and he hadn't done anything in his career or he wasn't out here proving anything to anybody, I would just say, you know what? He just ain't ready. He not worth he can't really handle it. But he's not in that situation. Deshaun Watson's not. I think what would make Deshaun Watson situation better if for people to shut up and leave him alone. If he say, you know what? I'm gonna pay y'all back the bread because I know wherever I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get the money. I wish he would just say that. Like, if he say that to them, to the Texans, like, you know what, bro, I don't even want the money no more. Send me anywhere. I know I'll get paid. Like, I'm that confident in my ability that you guys don't even have to pay me what y'all owe me. Just let me be free. And I think that would like solidify him really just wanting to be gone, opposed to, you know, everything else. And so Al posted up just a second ago. Al threw up Rodgers, Pat, Wilson, Watson, and Allen this season. Next season, it could change. And I completely agree with him. You know what is crazy about these quarterbacks is, you know, like there's always a quarterback that comes in the mix that we didn't see coming, or he didn't play that great last year. So to say, okay, you know what, Deshaun Watson is the guy this year, he had a great season, or Patrick Mahomes or whoever, you know, you never know what can happen. You lose your top receiver or your top couple receivers or your offensive line, you could go from being top in the league to being at the bottom of the league. So, I mean, we got to start putting that in perspective too. Yeah, these lists should go year by year. I mean, there are going to be some people that's there every year. Like, you know, like I feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to be there for every year. I feel like Deshaun Watson too. Josh Allen, the way his trajectory is going, I think he's going to be there as well. So, I mean, to be real with you, I really do believe that we're going to have situations where we're going to start seeing these names start repeating. Like we've always seen Aaron Rodgers at the top. You know, we've always kind of saw, you know, Tom Brady at the top. And then people have fallen off throughout the years. You know, you'll see people fall off, just kind of like Cam Newton at one point was at the top, and he now has fell off. So, you know, you always going to have issues like that. So, yeah, Al, I agree with your list wholeheartedly. It could change, though. Like, it could definitely change. But I'm going to roll us into our next segment real quick, man. And we're going to transition to the draft. And, you know, I know that we already talked about the draft one time, but we need to talk about it again. And the reason that we need to talk about it again is because we've had certain situations where I thought that certain teams were going to go one way, and the closer it got to draft time and combine time, we realized that these teams have completely different ulterior motives and they're looking for different things. So as of right now, I had a specific ask for this question personally, for me personally, but it was about the Eagles. Who should the Eagles draft? And we know they have a lot of turmoil going on with the quarterback situation and whatnot, but they have some needs that they need to have met. And I think these needs that need to be met are also going to be kind of come down to who's available, you know, as well, because you know, a lot of people, and I'm reading this time in here, Mache said Chase should be picked before Smith. What do you guys think? I mean, and I'm gonna answer that right now, Al. So to Al's point, he's asking if, you know, Chase should be picked before Smith, and I'm going to give you my honest answer. This is a hot take right here on the line. Camarda, you're not going to believe what I'm going to say to you. But I believe out of all the receivers / tight ends in the league, the number one player that should be picked off the board as a receiver / tight end should be Kyle Pitts. I went back and I looked at some film. Now, y'all don't beat me up now. Don't beat me up. I looked at some film of Kyle Pitts this year, and I was in awe of the things that he was really doing to some of these SEC defenses. They were doubling a tight end. Like, that doesn't happen in the college game. You never see tight ends get doubled. But at one point in the year, and they had Tony too, the other receiver for Florida, they started doubling this dude. They started doubling a tight end. And that's wild to me, to be doubling a tight end in college. Now I can see in the pros because they unstoppable. But like Gronk and Kittle and all them, and I knew you was gonna say what? Everybody that's on the thing right now, go, if you do not believe me, go watch Kyle Pitts games at Florida this year. Dude literally set a record for touchdowns in a game at the tight end position. Not at the receiver, not at the deep ball position, at the tight end position. Dude caught 12 passes in the first half one game. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. Like, I know everybody's saying what, but with the Eagles situation being what it is, any receiver is better than what you got right now. You got Jeffrey, if you can keep him or whatever, but Kyle Pitts might be the guy. He's versatile enough. Like, we're going to a league now where these tight ends are basically receivers. Like, Kelsey's basically a receiver. George Kittle is basically a receiver. Like, these guys aren't like stationary guys. What's the dude from not New England, but Las Vegas? What's the guy? Wellen?
Yeah, Wallen.
Waller. So he's also so before y'all start laughing and saying I don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the tape. He's not a normal tight end. He's as big as a tight end. He can block, but he's more of a receiver than a tight end. He kind of puts me in the mind of like a Terrell Owens or a Megatron. It's kind of in my mind, but that's just me. So Cormar, who you got, man? Who's your guy? That you say that everybody should take?
Yeah, I have to go back and look at Pitts. I don't think they get a tight end. I know he's still got some time to go. They got Zach Ertz, so I doubt they put a tight end.
Zach gone.
We really already know what Philly needs. They need a wide receiver. Like we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. They were terrible at drafting Rieger. I don't know what they thought they seen in him.
A lot of drugs being used.
I feel like they will go up after Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith. I have to look at they play again. I have to look at the difference between them again, but for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I like Jamar Chase better. I just feel like.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You actually own something. The only reason I say that I agree with you, Camardi, about this is because with two players that we discussing, if you want to take either one of those two guys, then if it's between them two, then really they the same guy. Jamar Chase is a little thicker, so he's probably a little bit more durable. He also has a whole year that he's been resting and training and getting bigger and getting stronger and getting faster. So, and Devontae Smith got the Heisman, but he had to take a lot of hits. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, you also got an extra year of wear and tear on Devontae Smith. He's a little bit more light in the pants, so to speak. So you're going to have to put a little bit more work in to get him kind of ready for the NFL game and the physicality of it. Jamar Chase is a little bit more pro ready, I believe, even though, Smith is your Heisman. But if we're just discussing those two particular players in particular, then in my honest, for Philly, you need somebody that can come in right away and be effective. I would go with Jamar Chase because of the durability and the way they ran such a pro offense at LSU did last year. But really, in all honesty, you splitting hairs because basically Devontae Smith was Jamar Chase of the LSU year. So, you know what I'm saying? So you're really splitting hairs. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. You got anything else to add on that?
Not the Eagles. I mean, we just talking about the draft. I was like, I didn't know if you want to still be talking about the draft.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your top three players that you take in the draft if you are drafting. 1, 2, and 3. Your top three. If you had the first 3 picks in the draft, what would you take and who would you take?
And my top 3 would be Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Jamar Chase.
Ooh. So you said Trevor, Justin Fields, and Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
Okay. So Al posted just now. After Jefferson, you would want to pass on Chase and Smith and the other wide receiver. They would burn the link down. They may burn the link down. They may do that. But right now, the way we going, the picks that they've had over the last couple of years, they didn't burn the link down then. They didn't burn the link down. They didn't have some terrible picks. Was it Ortega Whiteside? That was one of the picks in the draft. They didn't take Jamar after they didn't take Justin Jefferson last year. They missed DK Metcalf a couple years before that. They didn't miss plenty of time. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Trust me. The Philadelphia Eagles fans are loyal. They may not always agree, but they're going to be loyal. You guys will still go out and buy the merch. You're still going to show up to the games. You're still going to throw snowballs at Santa Claus. That's just what happens. They're going to fight anybody who's a, oncoming opponent. It doesn't matter. Would it be a complete, utter disrespect to not take one of those guys? Yes, it would. And it would truly show that they're a dumpster fire. But, I mean, in the day, that's what happens. That's what happens in Philly.
Was that Al?
Yeah, that's Al.
What I don't understand about Al is he's talking about they that we're gonna burn down the league if we get past a wide receiver and make a terrible pick. what I don't understand is you guys are not used to winning. We already said this plenty of times. Like you got so y'all having that Super Bowl, your fans is gonna y'all like you're a diehard fan. Y'all just had the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Be grateful for that because before that you guys wasn't winning anything. So
it's hard to watch.
We're not gonna we're gonna burn the league down. Fans gonna be tripping. Not gonna be wilding because we just won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Beat Tom Brady.
It was 3 years ago. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know you're a diehard fan. I know you want to see your team get a good pick, but let's stop it. Like y'all, like you said, like Jamar said, you guys are still gonna buy the merch, still be in the games. Y'all was just Super Bowl champs.
Yeah. This is why all this whole Doug Peterson stuff is crazy to me. Dude just won a Super Bowl. Like, bro, there in the history of ever, has there ever been a coach fired 3 years after winning a Super Bowl? Like, that has never happened. Like, I mean, it's a dumpster fire, bro. Like, I have to answer these questions because I've been feeling a lot of people that, follow the network are at Philly. And I feel bad for them. I really do. I do feel bad that they're going through this. But, man, like, listen, my top 3 picks in the draft, honestly, if I had to pick, is Trevor Lawrence. After further review, Micah Parsons and Jamar Chase. I'm not saying that Devontae Smith is not just as equally as good, but I saw a video of Jamar Chase. I'm going to try to see if I can download it for next episode. I saw a video of this dude working out, man. And I'm not even lying to you. Dudes, I thought Devontae Smith was running good routes because he had been running good routes. But this Jamar Chase fella, bro, he looked like he got another speed. Like he was already faster than everybody last year, but the year before last. But he got like a whole nother speed now.
See, this is what I'm talking about. And you already know he's good. He was the best player. He was the best wide receiver on LSU in 2019.
Yeah.
And you seen how Justin Jefferson balled up?
Yeah. It's gonna come in out. It's crazy, man. I don't even know. And it's crazy. Like, they were showing him running routes with Justin Jefferson at LSU. They were showing him, like, off-season training. And, dude, like, his route is just ridiculous. Like, his cuts are so precise that, like, I haven't seen anybody like this in a while. And I don't know if everybody's saying what we're saying and they're thinking what we're thinking. But, yeah, to be honest, Al, you probably couldn't go wrong with either one of them guys. It's better than anybody you guys got on the roster right now. So, even Pitts is probably better because you guys are going to lose Ertz. You're going to have Goddard left. So, at the end of the day, you're going to have to somebody's got to be replaced. It don't matter who it is. It's got to replace somebody. But though, to answer your question, yes. Justin Jefferson, after Jefferson was not taken, you probably need to take Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith. And if either one of them ain't there, then you need to take Pitts or Waddle. Let's see. We'll go to the next segment, man. I'm gonna hit you with this, man. I've been waiting to hit you with this the whole time. All right. So we do college. We do still do college, and we're gonna try to promote a lot more college stuff. And we just did the draft. So we're gonna talk about something that we hadn't talked about for a minute, and it's National Signing Day. National Signing Day for the college game is a huge deal because of the level of the way it can change. Like, if you continue to get good recruits in every year, you're going to be at the top in the college game. So we're going to talk about a little bit of these guys, and we're gonna break it down a little bit for you guys. So the normal suspects at the top. You got Alabama #1 in recruiting, Ohio State #2, strong #2, and was really pushing to make that #1 spot. I think you guys lost like 2 recruits that you guys thought you were going to have, and that would have put you guys over the threshold for 5 stars, and that would have gave y'all the #1 recruiting class. Georgia came in at 3. Clemson.
I was just looking at it. You sure?
Well, LSU lost 2 of their guys, so 2 of the guys decommitted because LSU's in a bunch of trouble with the NCAA right now. So
because I looked up 247 Sports, I think, and they had LSU still #3. So
they probably will be for a while, but until they what I'm saying is 2 of the guys that were supposed to sign with them that they had listed that was already committed, they're going to Georgia now. So But funny thing, and we'll get into this in a little bit. That so Clemson's number 4, and so we'll just do, and then I think top 5 was like Oklahoma, maybe Oregon or Oklahoma, one of them 2 teams. I gotta look at the numbers again, but
I thought it was I thought Clemson was up there. I think
Clemson's 4.
Oh, they 4.
Yeah,
Georgia, Oregon, one of them.
Yeah, it's either Georgia. I just don't know because a lot of things change with LSU kind of getting moved because of that whole NCAA violation. But
okay,
so I'm gonna let you do. I'm gonna do Alabama. You can handle Ohio State because I feel like you would know a little bit more about Ohio State than most people would. So I'm gonna start with Bama, man. Bama didn't do nothing but reload. Like it's to the point where I'm sick of them. Like they're the Tom Brady of the college game. I'm just tired of them. I'm tired of Nick Saban. I'm tired of them winning everything. I'm tired of playing against them in these championships and having to split with them all the time. I'm just tired of them. So, to be honest with you guys, Alabama is, if you ever been to Alabama, to Tuscaloosa, there's nothing there but Alabama. That's it. It's kind of like Clemson. It's in the middle of nowhere. They just plop the school down there, and then they're able to recruit because they have such a great program. And every year we're saying Ohio State, Alabama, and Clemson in recruiting. And then we're wondering why there's no continuity in the game. Like why there's nobody else breaking into the top, 25 or whatever, or to the top 3 because they're recruiting better than everybody else. Like it's a no-brainer. Like if I get the best players every year, of course I'm going to continue to be the best team every year. It's common sense, really, but some people don't get it. Ohio State, man, like, bro, like I hate Ohio State, but I say I'm like basically like a closeted fan because like I hate them so much because they're me, but up north. You know what I'm saying? I hate it. I hate it. So who did you guys grab that you think will be a notable pick?
I mean, you just look at stuff, man. Like we got Justin Pegerson, number one DN.
Yep.
Jack Sawyer from Pegerson, Ohio, number 1 DN. And you might have to start calling us DEU. You really might have to start calling us.
Y'all got it.
Like you really might have to start calling us that. Like Chase Young, Rookie of the Year, DN, Ohio State. Nick Bosa, Rookie of the Year, DN, Ohio State. Joey Bosa, DN, Rookie of the Year, Ohio State.
You don't keep using them.
Huh?
You don't keep getting to use this. They count as 1, bro. If they brothers, they count as 1. They count as 1, bro. Don't try to.
And then you get the number 1 DN this year. And then we got Trayvon Henderson from Virginia, the number 1 running back in the league. We also been grabbing wide receivers. We got the number 2 wide receiver in the country and the number 5. We got the number 1 wide receiver, number 1 in the country last year, Justin Fleming.
Okay.
So we picking up wide receivers too now.
What's your quarterback situation like though?
Quarterback, I mean, we got our backup. I think he's pretty. I think we're gonna probably leave with him. But we did pick up the number 5 quarterback in the nation, pro style. So I ain't really worried about quarterbacks, really, because I mean, if they might not produce in the NFL, but our quarterbacks always do good at Ohio State. Like you can't tell me a quarterback from Ohio State that did play bad.
Okay.
It wasn't probably for a couple of weeks. So I'm not being worried about the quarterback situation.
All right. So I'm not going to cut you off, but I got to say this real quick. So Al just told us that Dallas Goedert is the top 6 tight end in the league. I want to look that up. So give me a minute. Continue talking about what you're talking about. I just had to put that out there. Most people can see it, but you can't see it. So I needed to put it out in the atmosphere so people can like really hear what Al is talking about. But Al said that Dallas Goedert is the top 6 tight end in the league. Al, what I want you to do, because I hope you're still on here. If you're still on here, put the other people that are in front of him. So you say he top 6. So put the other guys in front of him and we'll debate it. How about that? I'll do you that one. Go ahead, finish with your stuff about Ohio State, Camardi.
No, that's really all. I mean, like you said, when you used to winning, man, you're gonna get the recruits.
Yeah.
Man, Ohio State, Clemson, LSU, Georgia. Like we were saying a couple weeks ago, you're gonna continue to see the top teams get the most recruits. So you're just gonna keep winning.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep happening. You're going to continue to see those. You're just going to continue to see those teams get the top recruits because all they do is win.
And that's the thing about it. And that's the dominance part, bro. And I hate that. Like, I mean, as a fan, I kind of hate it. I mean, I'm glad my team is one of the teams that is so dominant in as far as recruiting. But if we look at my recruiting, I mean, I know you talk about y'all got some stunners, bro. Y'all got some good guys. But what I'm saying is, when you got them already, you ain't got to recruit a lot. You know what I'm saying? You have one 5-star recruiting class. You don't need a whole lot. So with Clemson, for anybody who was wondering, because I wanted to do them, Clemson has DJ Uiagalelei coming back. And that dude right there is a beast. Like, we don't need to talk about him. We already know what he about. True freshman come in, take over for Trevor Lawrence. They don't skip a beat. Takes Notre Dame to 2 overtimes and really should have won the game, but the offensive line broke down. And to be real with you, we lost a player this time. We lost a player in the transfer portal, which happens a lot at Clemson, because there's so many good guys and they're all competing for a position. But we lost our linebacker, Mike Jones. And he left. He went to LSU. Yeah. He went to LSU. And then on top of that, but go ahead.
How you feel about that one?
I don't care because I got Trotter's son coming in, so I'm not even caring about what he's talking about. You can go.
Yeah, who coming in?
Trotter, the Hall of Fame Trotter. We got his son coming in. I'm not worried. I didn't see footage on dude. He a straight animal. He a beast that we haven't seen in a while since like Shaq Lawson, Beasley. He that type of dude like Beasley. And yeah, and that's
you kind of sound upset about that, man. I mean, it's cool. I mean,
nah, bro.
Losing a player and then he goes to another Tiger to LSU. I know it kind of got to you.
Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm gonna tell you why I'm so good, because I still got Brian Brissy. I still got Davis. I still got my interior core. I got 2 of my linebackers back. Skowski came back to redeem himself after the Ohio State game. The last time we had our seniors come back to play together as a defense, guess what happened? 15-0, baby. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we could do a whole lot of talking. We lost a lot of guys, but guess what we got back, though? We got Justin Ross back. Woo! We got, you know what I'm saying? We got Justin Ross back, and we got Will Shipley, was the number 2 running back in the nation behind the guy you guys picked up. I'm good to replace ETN to get ready to play the game at a faster speed. They say he reminds them of Christian McCaffrey. I've watched a couple. Yeah, that's big talk. That's big talk. I seen some footage. Go look him up. His name is Will Shipley. And like from what I saw, man, he's shifty. He kind of got the athletic build. He can catch out the backfield already, which is always a plus when you're dealing with running backs. You know, and that's just the situation. Like you said, like when you start getting these guys and these college guys and these high schoolers, when they start getting ready to sign, they don't want to go play for a team that's rebuilding. They want to go to the guys they know going to be there at the end. Like, so I'm sure that for probably the rest of the time we friends, especially as long as the time we having a podcast, we're going to be having a conversation about Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, and either Georgia or Oklahoma or somebody that gets in there. Because these are the teams that recruit the best. Texas A&M is moving up too, as well as North Carolina. And let's talk about that real quick. So the Tar Heels started signing day. They was at 3 or 4 in recruiting. And by the end of it, they was at like 12 or 13. Bro, what happened?
I mean, just like you said. Well, I mean, just like we've been saying. Yeah, we starting to come up, but the top players are gonna come to those guys that continue to be at it at the end. Now, I think our recruiting class for next year, I think will be definitely top 10 because I feel like we're going to be a problem. People could say Texas A&M, smack this, all this type of stuff. They can say stuff about the ACC, but to be honest, we were in that game the whole time. We were actually looking like, can they even stop us? Because we was going toe for toe. We got Howell coming back. We got receivers coming back. I mean, running backs. We did lose our two running backs, which might hurt us. But besides the running backs, most of our offenses. Well, we did lose a couple of our receivers too. But I think Sam Howell. With Carolina and Sam Howell coming back, he's gonna be in the talks for the Heisman. He's gonna be a Heisman pre-finalist. Mac Brown, he's used to winning. Like, let's not act like he doesn't have a good winning record. So they're gonna start seeing that we ended at the end. So we're gonna start getting. We'll be in the talks. We'll start being in the talks with Clemson, Oregon, Texas A&M. I wouldn't say Ohio State and Bama just yet, but I say Clemson, Oregon. We'll start getting recruits. We'll start taking players from South Carolina and them coming to US.
Whoa. That'll never happen. Don't ever say that. The best players in South Carolina are gonna stay in South Carolina, either go to Clemson or Carolina. It's a known fact. All right, man. So I'm gonna hit you with this, man. I've been wanting to hit you with this all day. So we had a special request by Mr. Al. Mr. Al Griffin made a request about us telling him who was going to be the top guys coming out of high school, prep sports, stuff we hadn't really delved into very much. But because we talking about signing day, we might as well just jump into some high school hoops, some prep hoops. So, man, I wrote a pretty extensive list, and I want to point this guy out. And a lot of people from in the Philly area are going to know this guy. He's not the number one guy. He's the number one guy right now in the class of 2023. His name is DJ Wagner. And if that name sounds familiar to anybody that's watching, it's because his father is DeJuan Wagner Sr. So I need everybody to hear me and hear me good. I've been waiting. I've been up late. I've been in the lab watching lots of film on these kids. And it's not very hard to find because Rivals and stuff has the footage of these guys. If you're from the area, you know that he plays at Camden High School. He's in the class of 2023. And from what I see, it says he's 6'3". There's a picture of him in the Slam magazine with his father, and him and his father are eye to eye. And I know DeJuan was pretty tall when he played. So I'm going to say that he's one of those guys to watch. And to be completely honest with you, he's in the same class with Bronny James, and he's outranked by Bronny, or he outranks Bronny James by 24 spots. Bronny James is ranked 25, and DJ Wagner is ranked number 1, and they're the same height. And he's also in their class with this guy named Mikey Williams. Well, Mikey Williams is the truth, the real deal, Holyfield. He playing around your area now. He's in Charlotte. He moved from California to Charlotte, so he's in the Charlotte area. So you know how basketball is in North Carolina, super competitive. Yeah. So he's over there. And so I'm gonna give you a little minute, man. Do you have anybody you want to highlight that in the top 25 or top 50 players in high school right now?
I really didn't look at highlights. I was just looking at how the recruiting thing is working. And one thing I want to take and look at is the number one guy, Chet Holmgren, 7'1", 195. He's out of Minnesota, Minnehaha Academy.
You talking Chet Holmgren?
Yeah, Chet Holmgren.
Yeah. He's 7'1", bro. He's huge.
Yeah. And it's crazy because the team he's going to, so they think he's going to. So you know how we just continue to say it's teams that usually be there at the end gets the players.
Yeah.
You look at he's number 1 in the country. They got him going to Cristobal Prediction Gonzaga.
Ooh.
Gonzaga. Ain't Gonzaga what? They're number one in the country in college, right?
Yeah, that's spot on, dog.
I mean, it's crazy that in Gonzaga they used to having big men as well. They used to get big men. So I haven't really looked at tape, but it's just crazy that we talk about how the teams that win gets the best players. He's number one in the country, and they're number one in the country. Another thing I wanted to hit is I feel like we're talking about Michigan and how good they are, and I guess I don't know what it is. I guess people just want to play for Michigan. They must love the way Juwan Howard's coaching. They got 2 commits in the top 10. They got Caleb from Montverde Academy. He's a small forward, 6'8", 200.
Yep.
And then dude Musa Diabate.
Yep.
Iron Academy.
Yep.
In Florida, power forward, 6'9", 215. He's going to Michigan. So I'm excited about that because I'm like, these guys really want to go play for Michigan and go play for Juwan Howard. And I know it's Black History, man. I just love to see these black coaches getting recruits. And I know we talked about it before. I feel like Deion Sanders might be that same guy like Juwan Howard. I feel like he might be. Now think about it. Like I said, they're gonna love to go play for Sanders.
Exactly.
So I just love to see it, man. And really, man, that's all. I took all the top 10 picks and showed where they were going, but those the 3 things I wanted to hit with. Hungry going to Gonzaga, number 1 in the country, team number 1 in the country. Juwan Howard in Michigan getting these recruits.
Yeah, man, I gotta be real with you. We got a comment on here from Al. And Al is saying that, speaking of Bronny, what do you guys think about him and Wade's son? So what I did is, after I hit my last point on here, I'm going to hit this comment for you, Al. I just got to put this out here. That in the area where we in the greater Philadelphia area, there's a player named Jalen Duran. He's 6'10", out of Philly, Mount Verde Academy, I think. Or Christian school or something. Dude is a beast. If you guys are around right now, I know some of them are playing. I'm not sure about them right now if they're playing in their league and if they're having fans and whatnot. But if you guys get a chance, man, you in the greater Philadelphia area, you love hoops, you love prep sports, go check this young fella out. I'm not even kidding. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your behind. The dude he's in the class of 2022. He's 6'10". He's all of 6'10". They say he's probably closer to 6'11" after the summertime. But listen, go check him out. I coached at Neshaminy last year, so I got to check a lot of these players out, the best players in the state. So yeah, he's one of the ones that he's been mentioned so many times. He's actually the number 2 player out of that 2022 class. So go check him out. And then the number 1 player, the Gatorade Player of the Year for last year, was Imani Bates. And gosh, from what I've seen and what I've heard, one of my good friends last week got to go down to South Carolina and check him out. And he played against Mikey Williams' team. He went for 22. Mikey Williams went for 21. But they said the best player on the court was clearly Imani Bates. They say he got a skill set kind of like a Ingram and a Durant. He's a sniper. He a easy something sniper. It's effortless to him. He's 6'8". They said closer to 6'9" now. He is,
What year is he? Junior?
He is a junior now, but he won Player of the Year as a sophomore. The Gatorade Player of the Year.
Oh.
Yeah, the National Player of the Year, not the one they give per state. He got the National Player of the Year last year. So he is going to be a severe problem for anybody who has to check him. And a lot of times he initially played at Lincoln High School, which we know is the famous place where all the hoopers in Coney Island go is to play at Lincoln. Sebastian Telfair.
Yep.
They had Ray Allen play there when he was playing Jesus Shuttlesworth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, if you can play at Lincoln and you can get buckets, you can be the man at Lincoln. You can be the man anywhere. I'm convinced that he is the number one player in the nation, hands down. And I'll dare anybody to at me. That's what I say. At me. If you don't believe he's the best player in the nation, at me, and I will show you why he is. And just to get to Al's point, man, Bronny. So Zaire Wade. Oh man, I hate saying this about Wade's son, man, because I really am a Wade guy. I'm a Wade fan, but Zaire just ain't got it, man. He just ain't got it.
Jordan's sons never had it. So I mean, the players, they not gonna have it, man. They can't live. A lot of players can't live up to their pops. Jordan's sons, you don't hear about them no more. So I mean, it's
it is cool, and it's cool to say. I just don't want to, I don't want nobody to take my words and take it for themselves. But at the same time, I've seen him play. He played with Bronny last year at the school out in California, and he ended up having to leave halfway through. And Dwayne Wade made some really weird comments about the coach during when he was on talk on the TV with TNT. He made a comment about the coach because somebody had asked him in a roundabout way about was he gonna, because I guess he congratulated Bronny and them for making it to the states or whatever, or to the playoffs or whatever. And so subsequently he went out and said something like kind of asinine, like, oh, the coach or whatever, they let him play or something like that on national TV. Or he said, I'm not going to talk about it. And then the whole feud started about him beefing with the coach. And me personally, like I'm a father. So if my kid not playing, I can't say that I would be okay with that. But if I got to know my child as well. And he played with the kid Boston, the Boston kid that just got taken by Kentucky. And that dude is a dog. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. That boy's a dog. And he played the same position as him. That team was full of All-Americans. So now you looking at it from the perspective, Bronny was getting more burn than Zaire Wade. And Bronny was a freshman last year. Or maybe a sophomore. Yeah, he was a freshman because he in the class of 2023. So it was a freshman last year getting more burn than Zaire, who is at this point now a 5-year senior. You know what I'm saying? Because he got that extra year because of COVID. So,
yeah.
I mean, bro, like, listen, if you are Al, I'm gonna be honest with you, my brother. Like, I gotta be 100. Bronny's gonna probably end up panning out a lot better off than Zaire Wade, unless Zaire does what his dad did and go to like a Marquette type school or somewhere like that and getting his shine on as he matures and gets bigger and stronger. That's my honest opinion about Zaire. His jump shot isn't bad. It's just not as good in his own, and he doesn't really have all the athletic qualities that his pops had. And it's not that he won't get there. It's just he don't have it yet. And we say with Bronny has flashes of his pops. Like, he got flashes. He only 6'3" right now. He could, his pop's 6'8", 6'9", super athletic. So he could end up being anywhere from 6'3" to 6'8" or taller, depending on how his growth pattern is. But his mom is very short. So, that could play some part in it. But like as of right now, I think that Bronny has the more upside out of him and Zaire, just being out because he's younger and he's already a little bit more seasoned. But what's your thought process on that?
I mean, I really haven't seen they play like that, but I know for a fact that Bronny looks better on the court than Zaire. I have seen a little bit of play. I definitely feel like, Bronny, his potential is high. Like, he's like you said, he doesn't graduate till 2023, so he already was starting over in Zaire. But
right.
He's a 5th-year senior, so he has to 2023 to continue to develop. And when you got a guy like LeBron, Pops, I just feel like, I don't know, it's different. Like, LeBron, he's just different. Like, that's why I just feel like because I know we kind of going on top of it, I just feel like he a GOAT. Like, he wants to see his son shine. Like,
right.
Jordan, on the other hand, I don't know if it was just that they just didn't have the skills, but then, they wasn't skillful. Like, but both of your kids were trash. I definitely feel like Bronny gonna be in the league. So I definitely feel like Bronny's potential is better. I did want to jump on too. I did want to jump on one more thing for the top 10 as well. You got the number 2 player, Jaden Hardy, shooting guard, 6'4", 185 out of Henderson. He played for Coronado High. He actually think they stopped because of the pandemic, the team or something like that. So he ended up stopping high school. You know, he's not playing. He ended his season. And it looks like right now the crystal ball either has him going to Kentucky or they have him going pro. So if obviously he'll be going to the G League.
Right.
And they say the guy's special. I haven't seen highlights, but they say he can score like Bill. And you already know Bill is leading the league in scoring right now.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next episode. I got something for Bill. I got a lot to say about Bill. We're gonna talk about him next episode.
Also, they got another guy. Where did I lose him? Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Michael Foster, power forward from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hillcrest Prep, 6'8", 215. They got him 100% crystal ball going to the G League. So, you know, I had to talk about this a while ago. Like, a lot of players are, you know, top players are going to the G League.
Right.
They want to get, that's a big thing. So, that's another thing I just wanted to jump on.
No, you're right, man. That's a good point. I didn't think about that, but that brings me to my point about the Duke North Carolina situation. Like those teams, neither one of those teams looked that great. Like I mean, North Carolina won, but it was nothing to watch. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, it wasn't that great. I went back and rewatched it after the fact. It was nothing to watch. It wasn't a whole lot because a lot of the talent, like you said, kids are taking gap years. They're forgoing this next season because of the pandemic. You know, the people, it's a different world. It's a different world. And now with them putting out that you can go to the G League and make some money instead of going to college where you can get in trouble if you make some money. Like, why would you not? Why would you go to college if you already know you're going to the league? Like we're telling guys that are that's been being told from the time they freshmen in high school that, hey, you're going to go to the NBA one day, to go to college when you're not going to make money, when really you could be going to the G League, playing against grown men, earning money, like real life money, like something tangible in your hand to help your family out of a bond. Because even the small G League contract sometimes is more than what you would make as a starting position at any job that you start at coming out of 4 years of college. So we're telling them, okay, you know what? We're going to offer this G League contract to you for 1 year to give you the 1 year under your belt that you can go to the draft and could potentially be drafted at a high, or you can just go to college, get into something, have somebody say that they gave you some money or something while you're there because they're helping you pay for room and board or to feed yourself while you're on campus, and that could end up jeopardizing your career. So I think it's a no-brainer. And I have young kids. Like my oldest son is 6. So let's say someday my son say, you know what, Dad, I want to go play, college ball, or I can go to the G League, and somebody that knows something like Boo Williams or one of these guys that run one of these camps say, hey, your kid is good enough to go to the NBA. I know what I'm talking about. Hey, you should maybe forego college and go to the G League where you can make some money and not worry about getting in trouble for taking money. Then I might just say, hey, man, hey, Jonah, go to the G League. Like, let's go do it. I mean, at least if you get hurt, you haven't made some money at that time, and you can go to college if you need to. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm with some other stuff on this, man. I believe in the G League. I think because look at LaMelo Ball. Like let's use LaMelo Ball for example. LaMelo Ball, for when he didn't go to college, he didn't even play high school ball his senior year, and the dude was taken basically number 2 in the draft, and he probably should have been number 1. And after what he showed us so far, I know that he's number 1. He's definitely number 1 player. He made an automatic impact on this team. He might have not started at the beginning, but he's made an automatic impact, and that's all they're talking about now is LaMelo Ball. So I don't know, bro. Like I can't with these people, man. Like let these kids make some money. Like we're past the time where this is amateurism. This amateurism is the biggest joke in the history of college sports. Like, you don't treat them like amateurs, because when I played, you had to be at practice. You have to be in study hall. You have all these different things you have to do or you get in trouble. But yet and still you want to get mad at me because I don't have anything. I don't have, like, these kids. Like, when I was in school, bro, it was a guy that was a walk-on, and dude slept in the floor in his car. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. He was sleeping. He was playing with us, but he was sleeping on the floor because he wasn't on a meal plan and nothing like that. Also, he can live the dream of being in college. Like, that's stupid to me. Like, the dream is that these kids should be taken care of. If they're playing, they're committing their time, they're committing their efforts, they're sacrificing their bodies, because at the end of the day, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but when you are a college athlete, your scholarship is from year to year. If you get hurt within that year and something happens to you, they could pull that scholarship for the next year. You could show up to go to school, or you could be getting out of school that May, that school is over with, and they could tell you, hey, you need to go find somewhere else to go to school because we no longer are going to honor your scholarship because we see you as damaged goods, or your injury is so bad and we've moved on from you, so we've already recruited in your place. And but you're treating them like amateurs, but they're not amateurs. Like, that's like being cut from a basketball team, like from an NBA team. Like, hey man, you've been hurt all year, so we just go ahead and drop you real quick and go pick up another guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't that sound a lot like the NBA to you? Like, they're more so than a amateurism thing?
Yeah, definitely. I was just about to jump on that LaMelo Ball thing. You can go overseas and ball too, because overseas top player, and he's hooping. Like, he's gonna be the best baller in the league.
Oh, for sure.
Like, yeah, so.
Hey man, check this out. So we got Al coming in. Al checking in said they think that the G League is the way to go. So Al think the G League is the way to go. My boy Sean, what's up, Sean? He said Fred VanVleet showed out in the G League, and now look at the contract he got. I was just on another show, on the Hoop Show, telling people about Fred VanVleet at Wichita State. That was the year they made it to the Sweet 16 twice. Was hooping. Like, he was hooping. Like, dude was showing out, and he's small. Like, he's not even a big guy. He's just a hard worker. I even saw, like, recently, since I've been looking up Fred VanVleet stuff, and VanVleet, I can't even say the word, VanVleet. He's been, Kobe actually said before he passed that before we was all said and done, that they're going to put VanVleet in the same conversation with Lowry as far as being a hard worker, dog, just straight up. And they make a perfect tandem. I said this on one of the the half court Heat show, and man, they work great in tandem together. They're a great 1-2 punch in the front court. I mean, the back court or whatever. So, man, y'all, hey, stand by. That is a prime example, Sean. That is definitely true. Like, if you can go to the G League and do what you need to do, man. And like, since we're at our hour mark, man, I'm gonna point out our new segment of the show. So it's actually supposed to be too much of a fan to do what? Like, so this is your segment, Kamari, to let everybody have it. They said, so I'm too much of a good fan, like of my teams, to pull for somebody else's team because they beat me. So that's not me. So how you feel, man? This your moment.
You know, I'm glad we got to this segment, man. I'm just tired of the dude. I'm just tired of it. It doesn't make sense to me, man. If I beat your team, if you haven't beat Patrick Mahomes in his career, don't sit up here and talk about Patrick Mahomes or Kansas City 49ers fans. Oh, y'all talking about opinions. What about the Super Bowl last year? Like, he beat you in the Super Bowl, and he beat you in the regular season. I don't care if y'all didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo. We beat y'all. That's when he threw that. That's when he ran from sideline to sideline and threw that bomb to Conley. Like, don't sit up here and talk about, like, I hate that, man. Like, we beat y'all. Well, why are you coming? I don't think I'll never do that. Even with Duke and UNC. I think it was one year Duke made it to the national championship. And I was rooting for Duke. And it's crazy for me to say that because Duke, I hate them. But if anybody, I'm gonna want to see Duke. They have a Carolina. They in the ACC. One thing I got beat by y'all, and we're sitting at home. To talk about it, like I got Ravens fans coming after me, Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans. Hey, Houston Texans, the team that we beat, that they was up 24-0, and we came back and smacked them. We beat them regular season at the beginning of the season. They traded their wide receiver. They don't even know if they're going to have Deshaun Watson. And you're going to come after my team? That don't even make sense. I mean, I wish we can tag them in the comments. Juan Cortez.
Oh, no, don't call him out. Don't call him out.
Like, you coming from my squad, and then I got other people coming for us, Banks. I think he tried to be a little funny. I don't really think he really came for us, but he just mentioned, Michigan quarterback. Man, you shouldn't even be talking about Michigan. Ohio State spectacle. And we smack y'all every year. You be losing money to me every year.
Oh.
Lost money against Duke and UNC. I just hate that when people lose, they're sitting at home and come for my squad.
Hey, man, I get it, man. I get it. You had a rough year, man. Like it wasn't like the year that you thought it was gonna be. I think when you started the year, I think you thought you was gonna get 2 chips. I think you thought you was gonna have 2 chips coming in there.
My season was promising this year. I had my Buckeyes national championship, got smacked. Kansas City national championship,
got smacked.
Got smacked. But a lot of people didn't see Ohio State beating Clemson. A lot of people was trying to say Cleveland was going to upset Kansas City. Buffalo was going to upset Kansas City. Both teams finally get to the end. Now everybody's just going to talk to them. Oh, y'all don't deserve to be. Y'all didn't deserve to be here. All this type of stuff. If we didn't deserve to be there, why are we there? Why? If we didn't deserve to be there, why are we there again? That doesn't make sense to me. If we didn't deserve to be there at the end, then why were we there at the end? Because we deserve to be there.
Listen, I feel that you're passionate about this, and this ain't just your segment. I'm gonna take my spot now because you didn't have your moment. Now I recall very, very specifically around this time when Clemson did take that L. All right, and I took a lot of grief. I took a lot of grief, dog. People was at me, talking John. What about Trevor Lawrence this? What about Trevor Lawrence that? And you know what I said to people? For the majority of the people that talk trash, the people that I deserved to get trash talked to was to you. Kamara, you should have talked trash to me. Porter Gould, Aaron Tilley, Bruce, Felix. Them dudes should have talked junk to me because I initiated the trash talk. I have no issues taking a butt kicking. If it comes down to that, I have no issues with that. And, I feel like at the end of the day, it's a part of the game, but at the same time, it also is a thing of respect. When your team isn't good and you have nothing to cheer about, you shouldn't be cheering for another team to beat my team. And then when they beat them, you come after me. Like, for example, have you ever heard of the Bama Cox fans?
The Bama Cox fans?
Yeah, they're Alabama Gamecocks. Yeah, it's like, because I'm a Clemson fan, when Alabama beats Clemson, the people that are for South Carolina or any of the other rivals that we have like to become automatic Alabama fans. And that's not a thing. Like, you're not an Alabama Gamecock. You're either Alabama Crimson Tide or a South Carolina Gamecock. You don't get to combine, or there's no such thing as the SEC Gamecocks. It's actually just the SEC as a whole. So anytime an SEC team beats an ACC team, you don't get to decide that is your team now. That just means that team that was in your conference that also kicked your behind during the season, that doesn't mean that's your necessary team now. I'm not for that. I hate the conference conversation things. I hate that. It's like the dumbest thing. Like, oh, my conference is amazing. Like, Who cares about your conference? That is just a way the SEC makes the other teams that get killed every year feel good. Oh, well, does it? I mean, if you play in the same conference as Alabama. So no, that does not matter. You were getting smacked in the SEC. It wasn't like you've been running the SEC. That only works for Alabama fans. Say what?
I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry, man, but I'm saying, like, I feel you on the Gamecocks. Because I don't know when South Carolina.
No, that you messing it up. It's the Alabama Gamecocks.
No, I'm saying with the Alabama Gamecocks or whatever. I have to say, SEC, we can get conference. Stop it now, stop it.
Hey, Al just said right now on here, he said, LOL, he feels some type of way, but it's okay. It's only Thursday. You're going to feel better day by day, I promise you. Because that first week when Clemson lost, bro, I went off on people for the first 2 days, bro. I went, and I get like emotionally drained because I put so much in the football season. Like it's blood, sweat, tears. Like I'm not actually out there playing, but during the games, dude, I'm sweating. I'm working hard. I'm yelling at the TV. I'm getting hype. I'm trying not to text people before the game over. You know what I'm saying? You know the feeling, the anxiety that you get, especially with college football. I know that's for me. For college football, I get a lot of anxiety, man, because I do so much trash talk so early in the year. Because it's just like, bro, I remember times when Clemson they weren't even in the picture, dude. I remember when I was growing up, Clemson had a season when I think they won like 4 games one time, dog. Literally 4 games. And it was, I'm like, people like, and then at certain points in the South, when you from South Carolina, you notice, or from North Carolina, you notice if your team is losing, when you go certain places out with your merch on, people pick at you. Like they will get at you wearing some Clemson stuff and they're not winning. Or if you're a Gamecocks fan and you haven't won in like 5 years, you see a Clemson fan, you kind of duck your head a little bit because they might give you ham, like just go off on you. So, it's I guess it's why we watch the sport, man. We really do. I think that's what makes the sport so great in any of these sports, but specifically football. That's why we watch these sports. In basketball, the Duke and North Carolina rivalry normally is always a plus. Al commented, said, after Sunday, you will start to feel better. You know what I'm saying? I believe that as well. I think it takes about a week. If you're a real fan, it takes about a week to feel better, to legitimately feel better. And once somebody say something to you, it won't trigger you. Because then you have time to like cope. But, come on, you're going to be all right, man. No, don't let it get under your skin, man. I've been telling you that since day one. We have our words when we got to. We go off about what we need to go off about. We make our bet, and then after the bet is made, then, it's whatever. We pay who lose, and we just move on with our lives. But, hey, man, before we get off here, man, because it was our last topic, man, you got anything to say to the people since they can't physically see you?
Man, just, as I always say, man, appreciate all the love and support, and continue to, just continue to show love. I know we had to get in there on Thursday. I'm sorry for this way, the weigh-in be showing up on camera, but like I always say, man, just appreciate all the support. In Kansas City and Ohio State, we will be back next year, and that's all I have to say, man.
I'm sure you will be. So, and to kind of echo what he's saying, man, thank you guys for being so flexible. Those of you guys who are watching live, thank you guys for being flexible. Moving around something. I do have a special announcement. So tomorrow we're going to have a special episode of more than likely we'll have a special episode of To The Wire with me and probably Dan Green. So we're going to probably have a special episode still in the same spot that we do because of like, we didn't want to like take away from the people who normally watch us on Friday that maybe not have been able to watch us because they had plans. So if you had plans today on Thursday and you missed the show or you're catching it after the fact, then we're going to still be on tomorrow at our normal time. We're going to get on. We're going to have a couple different things to discuss. I'll put that out early tomorrow. So you just check our social media, check Heat Ratio. And for you guys, man, just stay tuned. Al, we're going to get this right quick. Al said, just don't fall into the trap that you guys will be there every year because every year is different. Al, I would say you're right, but then when you talking about Ohio State, Clemson, they're gonna be there every year, like for at least the next decade. Just like Alabama fans, we're gonna be here because the gap is so high. The gap is so high between talent, and it's at this point it's been for us. I know for me, being a Clemson fan, we've been in the playoffs almost every year after the first year. So
I don't coming at Kansas City, but best believe if we have Patrick Mahomes, we will be there every year.
Yeah, and barring Patrick Mahomes, like, tears his Achilles or something big happened to Patrick Mahomes, I see them being there too, because I don't think nobody can challenge him out of AFC.
Don't put that on him.
I'm not putting it on him, just saying barring that happen.
Oh man, you shouldn't even put that in the atmosphere, man.
Oh, I mean, well, I take it back. And now he said he was talking about the Chiefs. And I take it back, man. I hope nothing happened to Patty, man. I hope he get his little surgery and he be good. He gonna come back. He gonna get married. He gonna be all good. Yeah, man. But like we were just saying, man, I want to close the show out. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Everybody that comments, everybody that or retweets, everybody that ats us. Like, I don't care if you don't like what we say, please add us. The ats are at the bottom. I'm at JD Oracle underscore T 2TW, and Terrence is at T Cromarty on Instagram. He has a Twitter, but we didn't get it up in time to get everything rolling. But you guys can add us at any time. I don't mind having a conversation over DM or whatever. If you want to do it on the wall, I'm good with that too. I'm about that action, and I don't back down from a challenge. So anybody that's interested in doing that, let us know. And like I said, we'll have that special episode ready for you guys tomorrow. And you got anything else to add? Because we're ready to get off here.
No, everything is being real. Everything's good.
All right, man. So until next time, y'all, deuces.